This is a clip from a recent Pops live stream or video. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next one.
After Marvel decided to shoot themselves in the foot again with what the story is about in Fantastic Four, but then you still got the Dino film. So I mean, and people love the dinosaurs.
I'm just as guilty of seeing most of them, so I can't really be too critical. I haven't talked about the Fantastic Four trailer, and I'm just going to give a little bit of a different angle on the Fantastic Four in that adapting the Galactus story is still one of the most retarded moves to do this first because you don't have any real good context of what they're
Right,
capable of doing.
right,
And I get everybody kind of has a general idea within a few moments of what they can do, but it's not going to really be that impressive because everyone's seen all this before, right? They've already seen The Incredibles. We've already seen Fantastic Four elements in other pop culture. So
right.
the
And
awe factor of the Fantastic Four from the 60s is going to be there.
I never thought that the Reed's powers, the stretchy powers, ever really translated well in live action.
Yeah. Yeah, the CGI can be really tricky too. Like even things that can work
Hmm.
gets really difficult in live action. Yeah, I just think that with Galactus, so obviously the Silver Surfer thing, it's been gender swapped, and it's completely laughable that it's been done. I mean, a female Silver Surfer has only been in like 16 comic books ever, and most of them are
Right.
alternate universe type stuff. But the bigger issue, I'm pretty sure, remember the story enough, read it a few times. Silver Surfer kind of having like, I don't necessarily a love for Sue Storm, but like, hey, she's kind of pretty. She's the gateway to understanding humanity and why he
Hmm.
should start fighting Galactus off for us. We're not going to make that a girl and girl thing? Are we just going to ignore that? Or how are we going to? So I just feel like everything about it doesn't work. And then, of course, in the trailer, we see like Galactus's foot. And like, well, so that kind of makes him Godzilla size, not
Right.
Galactus size. I don't know, man. They're doing what I wanted done because I wanted Fantastic Four. Go back to the 60s and let's
Hmm.
start from there. So I hate that I'm being so critical because it is kind of what I said they should do. However, I feel like we're picking up the story in progress
Right.
and we're not giving the fans enough to grapple with. And it's been miscast already. Obviously, the surfer thing, but I think the bigger issue is Pedro Pascal playing Pedro Pascal. He's just
Right.
there, and I just can't stand
I
it. I look at that, and that's all I see.
I am not gonna lie. I saw Herbie and I geeked out.
No, yeah, the thing is not bad. Some people have been
No.
bashing on the thing. I'm like, he has an eyebrow.
Hmm.
He feels right. He just feels small. He doesn't feel Hulk size. He feels like he
Right.
should be bigger.
Hmm.
He should be about the size of the Hulk, and his head's misproportioned to some of his shoulder. I mean, but again, maybe this isn't the final product or whatever. I don't have perspective in the action shot that the thing is in to kind of know how big he's supposed to be. But
Correct.
reality is he should be able to fight off the Hulk. He should be that size. So the biggest first impression on the thing was he just seemed like he was too small.
Gotcha.
Johnny seemed sassy, weird. He just seemed off. I'm not saying I did dislike Johnny.
You
It looked
said
okay. He's
sassy
blonde.
weird. You said sassy weird. That was great.
Yeah, he just seemed you're late. And it's like this gag for her being late because she's pregnant. But I'm like, I don't know. It didn't feel like Johnny. It just didn't feel
Mm,
like Johnny. I'm wrong. I don't know. And again, I'm not going to try to throw too many rocks. It's really early. I'm not giving them my money, but I will probably go out of my way to make sure I see it very quickly
gotcha.
and have a take that's informed. I would never be the kind of person that's going to continue to talk about it if I haven't seen it.
True story.
But yeah, we're headed to a weird place where Fantastic Four and Superman and Jurassic World Park, whatever we're going to call this one, really, I don't say make or break situations, but in a lot of ways, that's kind of where they are. And I think that my fear is they're going to find most people are in the I don't care phase. We're just kind of like, we
Hmm.
just don't have to give you our money right now. We're not
No,
really that into it. We're
no,
just not.
and the and ever since a certain um, shutdown happened, movie theaters that's not a priority. I mean, why would I spend $20 for just to go sit down when I can wait 90 days or less
Hmm.
and catch it at home?
Yeah, there's too many misses. they're discounting the fact that they're not living in a bubble. Like, they are accountable for all of the misses. The Jurassic Park you're accountable for the last 2 films. You are accountable, Marvel, for the plethora of bad films, not just 1 or 2.
Post Endgame.
Yeah, because they're not really to credit for any successes, right? So No Way Home is a Sony first project. James Gunn was fired and was brought back for Guardians, so
3,
he
right.
deserves a lot more credit than they do. And then after that, the gap is very wide
Right.
of how most of those things performed and how their legacy is held up. Like, some people might think certain ones are good, but when's the last time you hear people like, oh, I loved watching Wakanda Forever again, or what? I don't pick one.
No
It
one
doesn't
did.
matter to me. I'm like, I
No
don't
one
want to
did.
watch any of that. I don't watch any of this things. So they're not in a bubble. That people have some PTSD from throwing their money away,
Right.
being lectured to, having all the crap that we love changed, and be inappropriate for kids. Yeah.
And then being told, well, just enjoy it. Don't criticize it.
Yeah, that's true too. And it's not made for me, but I'm lectured why I don't go see it. I just don't know. So yeah, I think we're headed towards a time where, and this is another reason why on the Friday Popscast thing I started doing was making sure that I earmark enough time out to talk about some positive things again and have guests come in with some different perspectives. And that's why we toast cartoons. We're like, listen, when's the last time you watched Battle of the Planets or Star Blazers or Robotech? When's the last time, we talk about just having a complete break from all this stuff. Yeah, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, He-Man. We can just keep going to stuff that people love and can have a good time doing. A lot of this stuff has been free on Tubi. I don't know if it's always free on Tubi. Hasbro has a YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a whole channel that plays 24/7 G.I. Joe. I don't know if they do 24/7 Transformers. I know they do 24/7 Joe. So some of the stuff's easy to find. There's a whole playlist of Battle of the Planet episodes. So there's like 80 of them. I don't know if it's all. I don't think it's all of them, but I think it's like 80 of them.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, I think I found a lot of the Robotech ones, but I think on Robotech ones on YouTube, I had to know the name of the episode. They were like, they weren't as easy to find.